Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Happy to Hump Day. It's Wednesday. And we are looking at the dollar index as we usually do. Let's see what it looks like here. There's George. Good morning, George. And there's Robin. Good morning, Robin. Oh, I see Doc kicked in. Thank you very much. Let's see. Everything looks pretty good here. Let's move this over a little bit more. Let's see if I can do that right here. So I go like that. Tried to widen it a little bit, make it bigger. Let's see how that does. Did that do it? It might have. Just trying to make it more visible. All right. And then you can see right there we got the dollar index going on. Let's make that bigger too, like that. There we go. Got the dollar index going on there. You can see it's the second day in a sell. I think this is still a lag. I'm going to be down at Jeff's today after I send out the Doc and Reese and all like that, and I'll be able to talk to them and figure that out. There you can see this is trying to go into the sell. Now what's interesting is in the old platform, it's still hanging tight. Now something looks a little sloppy there, so let's just refresh that. Just the way it's been pushing against each other. But as far as I can tell, let's see if I go like this. Where's that mouse at? Right there. And you can see it on J4X. You've got 3 days of red on the Hinky Ashkies, and let's see, and you can see there the fast is trading at 32, and the slow is at 45. So, it's a good 20 some odd percent premium there on the sell side of it all. Let's see, close. There it is. That's better. And so you can see it's trying to go into the sell here again, right there. It's trying to push into it, and we're getting that same thing from, let's see, where was that? That was at 43. Yeah, see, that was at 56. This is a second day on J4X in the daily sell. That's what that is. It's a second day. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's at 60. 1, 2, 3, and that's at 60. Okay, so it just, it was in the buy. So it's 2 days in the sell here on J4X, and over here it's below the zero line for 2 days, and it's in the sell there. Okay, so that's matching up. Now on the new platform, we are 2 days there, and I think this is not today. I think that's yesterday. I think he didn't adjust that yet. I'll check with him today when I'm down there at his house, and we'll give you a call, Robin, and so forth. And there's the weekly, and you can see that right there. Let's put weekly up on J4X. Right there. And you can see the weekly has been, climbing and climbing and climbing. We've got the fast at 84.9. We got the slow at 90. So again, that's about a 6%, 4%, about 3.5% premium on the sell side right now. So there's some pressure there. We're seeing where it's trying to go towards the sell. And then when we look over here, you can see that the fast has dropped down to the zero line. And then on the older platform, same situation. It's dropping below the manifold, but it's not really doing anything more than that. So we're not getting that sell signal yet over here on the old platform. All right. From there, I guess that kind of explains, and makes it pretty clear about the dollar. And we're always yakking about the dollar anyway, in the sense that the dollar index, let's see what that does. Does that change the dimensions? It doesn't change the dimensions either, does it? Okay, so it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to figure out using the OBS system that we're using if these things adjust, and it doesn't seem like it. Does it do it there? No. Okay. All right. We'll figure this out later on. So then, what it really comes to, quick transition. So I don't want to mess with this during the webinar with Janos not around. All right. So in the end result is that the dollar today is a Fed day. That's another thing too. Is today is a Fed day. So we're really stuck with that situation where they know that he's going to give. I mean, the Fed chairman's not going to blindside the market. So everybody knows he's not going to raise. But what he's probably going to do is he's going to discuss how he's going to raise 2 more 0.25% points over the next 3 months. And that's how we're going to see this thing all play out today. That's what everybody's thinking they're going to see, and it makes sense to me. I think I'm going to see that too. All right, from there, let's jump over to, where do we jump over to? We jump over to the euro itself. Let's take a look at a pairs trade. And there's the euro, and you can see it went into the daily buy yesterday. And let's put it up on J4X. Right there. And so you can see right there that you got a second day trying to be in the buy, just like over here. You see today with no problem, the fast is moving at 43.7 and the slow is at 33. So that's almost like a 22%. Was that more than that even, isn't it? So 10 full points over. That's like a 16% premium on the upside. Now yesterday, let's see if we can figure out what yesterday was. Yesterday was 32.4 and yesterday there was 27. So again, this is a second day in the buy, just like in Chicago Quant over here. Now, we have not updated that data feed yet, so all we get is a weekly over here on the new platform. Let's put it up on there. Right there it is. And you can see the weekly itself is climbing just the way it is right there. And you can see the same thing going on right here. The weekly is climbing. And it's still in the red there, but the fast is at 10.2 and the slow is at 6.1. So you're talking about a 40% premium on the upside. It's trying to lift. We just need this to change to green. That's all. And same as I said before, you can see it here on the new platform, and on the old platform, same situation, still trying to climb. And that's the weekly trend, really. And then we go over to the cable. Now the cable, we're getting a decent feed on that, so that's not too bad. We'll put that up there, and you can see it's still in the daily sell. Let's see what the J4X is telling us. It's still in the daily sell there. Let's put the daily in there to confirm that. There it is right there. The fast is at 14.6. The slow is at 9. Is that 9? Basically 9 or 9.1. So that's not too bad. That's a 33% premium, and it's trying to lift. We just need this to turn into a green. And you can see it right here in the old platform. Right there. It's just been sinking and sinking, and it's trying to lift up in here, but no real juice going into it. And then over here, you see the same situation going on right there. Now this is getting a decent feed, so it actually did it close in it? No, it's got to be in the sell. Something's. Let's see. Let's try this. Let's just expand that so we can see it better. So that is the 18th. That's the 19th. Today's the 20th. We're not seeing that, so it's in a daily sell for 1 day, and probably today's the second day as we speak. But we're not seeing it yet. He has to update this so it goes. We see it, the 20th, and today's the 19th. So, but you can see the weekly also doing the same thing, showing that pressure on it. Let's put it up on J4X. Right there. 4.4, basically 4.5 versus 5.7. So still in the bearish mode here. Red here and negative here. There's a premium on the sell side. So that pressure is still there on the cable, which is no surprise since it's showing it on the other two platforms at the same time. Now. No questions, I see. So we will drift into the Swiss. Let's see what the Swiss looks like here this morning. Right there. There's the weekly, and you can see it's at 95 compared to 93. So there's a premium that's been going on the upside move here with the Swiss, which means it's weaker against the dollar, not stronger. We'll put it up here. You can see that same situation. Lots of buying going on there on the weekly. The daily is not feeding yet, so all we see is a little weakness there. And then we'll put it up over here. We'll just observe all the weeklies first and then go into the daily. There it is right there. Same situation. Climbing, climbing, climbing. You see it's trying to turn down a little bit right there. See it just a little bit right there. And you see it starting to curve over. That's why we are seeing that action right here. It's showing us the turn is trying to occur. And then let's show you right here on J4X. Same situation. We've got the fast at 84.7 and we have the slow at 87.6. So it's got a premium for the downside, and so you can see that it's trying to turn down. We're just waiting for this to turn red. And that is, let's go over to here again just to reconfirm it all on the old platform. We don't have a red there yet, and we don't have a breaking of the line yet. So it's still doing just like J4X. It is trying, but you can see that J4X is picking up on a little bit more. The two stochastics, the fast and the slow, are breaking down. Breaking bad. Whoop. Breaking down. We're going to have a sip of tea. There we go. Now, let's see, from there, we drift into the yen. There we go. And there's the yen right there. And let's put the yen up over here. And it looks like they broke the 48 today. High is 148.16. So that's the highest yet, I believe. And it's the first time it's broken that in months. Months upon months. Months upon months upon months. Hasn't seen the 48 area since... Where's it at? 48 hasn't been there since November of last year. So we are going after some of the all-time, the 40-year highs, which was 40, almost 51. We are starting to inch our way more and more over it. And we are challenging this area right here now. And we're slowly seeing this drift up, and it's a 11-month high, I guess you could say, almost a 10-month high, and a 40-year high when it comes to, you know, some of it. Or a 35-year high, that type of thing at this point. And then what we did is when we hit 151, that was a 40-year high. And that's the yen, and it's doing that slow, steady march. You see the weekly does not seem to care over here. It's constantly pushing on the buy. Over here, on J4X, same situation. It's just pushing up. You can see the slow is trading at, we got the slow at 93, and we have the fast at 95. It's still pushing up. And then, when we go to our new platform right there, let's show that right there. See the same thing, still pushing up. And it's just been doing that, riding up and away since we went into that weekly buy back in here, right in there. We went to the weekly buy, and it's just been finding a way to go forward, not backwards or down. All right, what else can we say about the yen? Just that we are just as perplexed as everybody else. We kind of think that the yen is... Can people hear me? I guess they can. Oh yeah, I bet like that. If I go like this. There we go. So yeah, I guess the yen, if nothing else, is putting that pressure on, um, the government, the change of policies, all that stuff is really putting more and more pressure on it, and so it kind of makes it really hard to deal with it. I guess that's the best way to describe it. They know that it's going to put that pressure because the new Bank of Japan chairman is allegedly, supposedly thinking about coming up with new ways to calm down or help the markets. I guess that what they would like to do is they would like to get away from this inflation situation. They've been in stagflation now for like 30 some odd years, and they've seen their stock market go from 39,000 down to 8,000. Now it's trading at like 29,000 or something like that. So at this point, they would love to see growth again in their country and get away from the stagflation. All right. From there, we push over to. Excuse me. Let's push over to the Turkish lira. There it is right there. Almost at 29, as you can see right there. Starting to generate a green on the weekly. Let's see what it looks like here. Right there, there's Turkish lira. And you see it's trying to climb in the daily. You see it's 2 weeks in a weekly buy. We're just starting to get into that. You can see the weekly on J4X is at 60.9 and the slow is at 57, so there's just a little premium now building inside the long side there, so with a green bar, and that starts to tell you that it wants to turn up. Now let's take a look at it over on the old Chicago platform, and again that too has gone on to the weekly buy right there last week, just like it has on the new platform, going into the buy last week right there. And you can see the daily holding up firm. We had one of those crazy moves yesterday here in the States. We did not see it on J4X. So someone reached for it over here and squeezed somebody, didn't they? And we don't even know if it was done in Europe. We don't know if it's done in the States. It's just being collected by the system over here. That's about it. And interbank system. So this is my unfortunate frustration, thinking that this thing is going to find its way back up to 30 after all that effort of 25% interest rates. Yowzer, 25% interest rates. Can you imagine that? It's like a mob vig, 25%. Woof. Woof. So they have to keep. I mean, I don't know how do you deal with something like that when you're paying 25% to keep capital in your country? That's what a lot of people are scared of over here. But someday we'll have to do that, and we're not happy about that idea at all. So Congress is fighting to stop this wild spending, and that's what happened with Japan. They ended up going into stagflation from it and have not been able to fight their way out of it. And the new chair in the Bank of Japan is thinking, maybe he can figure it out. So allegedly or supposedly, or he's definitely one of the three, he's definitely working on that. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to find a way to straighten that whole situation out. All right, from there, we take a peek at, we go to the brick now. We go over to the South African rand, the number one brick in the world. I know other people think it's other countries that are the power brick, but as far as I can tell, the number one currency trading the most volume in the brick universe is the brick. So is the South African rand. So let's take a look at that, and we'll go through the metals complex at the same time. There it is right there. Let's put the daily in there, really. There's the daily. See, it's gaining against the dollar again today. Let's put it up over here. You see that right there, a couple days now. Pushing down, a second day in a sell. Same thing with J4X. You see there 44 versus 53, so there's a definite premium on the sell side going. And then there is 57, and there is 52. So it's 1 day in a sell at this point. Yesterday didn't have that premium. And so we got 1 day in a sell there. We got 2 days in a sell right here. And I don't think we get all that yet on the... let's take a look and see. ZAR. Where are you, ZAR? ZAR. It's here somewhere. We watched it yesterday. There it is. ZAR. See that pressure on it again today. We don't have a lot of filling in data. I'm not sure. We haven't gotten a lot of this data. Where the dots are tells us that they got the data. And so in this case here, you can see on the weekly, it's holding up on the upside. And I saw that yesterday too. I thought that was interesting because over here, oh, let's show it to you. Let's see, where's that mouse at? Right there. You can see it's holding up in there still, which is surprising to me. And then right here, you know, the old platform is definitely catching the whole move. We can't wait to get that new feed. Maybe next couple days we'll get that. And over here you can see the same situation. And the weekly, right there, still, you can see the fast is broken down to 61.2 basically, and the slow is at 67, so there's a 6% premium on the sell side, so it's definitely breaking. We're just waiting for this to turn to the red. Now, we'll leave the South African rand up on the screen there like that, and we'll put the daily back in. We're going to go look at the metals complex. So we'll go over to gold. We'll start off with gold. And there's gold. And you can see, you know, it's holding up. In other words, when the rand is going down like this, usually we see strength in the metals complex. And it's basically unchanged for the day. You see it right there. You can see the weekly holding up very firm still. Buying is still there, I guess you could say. It went into the daily buy there. Hasn't done much. But it is still plus. And then, let's see what it looks like on the new platform. GC. There it is. GC December. And you see that same situation going on there. You know, we've been in the buy for 3 full days, and I imagine we're in a buy for a 4th day. We're just not seeing it yet. We're not seeing the 20th. But I believe that is, you see, that's not showing us the 20th either. So there's the 18th. No, that's the 15th. So there's the 18th and the 19th, and we're not seeing the 20th yet. Let me just double check something over here and just see. I'm going to go to the original feed and see if I can find if it's reflecting that itself and it's just some type of snafu. So gold GC, which one are we looking at? We're looking at, there it is right there. Let's see it load, and we'll know in a few seconds here. We'll go with 1 month. We'll go to a daily. Go like that. So it's reflecting. It's not. It's reflecting the 19th, the 18th. It's not reflecting the 19th yet. So they must. Or wait a minute. Let's move that over. No, it's there. Okay, it's there. I'm not sure why we're not seeing that. It is picking it up. Our platform is not collecting it yet. That's what the problem is. So, because it's definitely lifting with the rest of it. Matter of fact, what's kind of interesting is, let me see if I can put this in one more time. So you go back, and we'll go with, punch it in formally, GC Z 23. Let's see what that does. There you go. Doing the beta testing right as we speak. As it spins away. And it's just spinning. Interesting. All right. Well, you can see it on one platform. You can see it on the other platform. But we need to get that more updated. That's why it's a beta test. And from there, we'll go over to silver and check out the silver. And silver, also in a buy, lifting, feeling comfortable. Let's put it up over on the other one. And there's silver. You know, this thing's trying to tell us it's been days and days and days in buys. And now they're flirting with, but it's also been telling us that it's been in a weekly buy for a couple of weeks and slid into a sell. Whereas over here, it's been in a weekly buy for 2 full weeks. And this thing's trying to tell us it's been in a buy for 3 full weeks. Let's just double check that. I would think that that's the December contract. Let me just double check. SI. SIZ. I see SI. Yeah, it seems like it's telling us it's the December contract, so that makes sense. Trading at 59. Now it seems to be reflecting the 20th there. Isn't that the 20th? There's the 18th. There's the 19th. And that's the 20th. So it's reflecting it today. Now let's go back to gold. Gold now is doing that. Okay, there we go. There's the 20th now. We can see that. The 20th is lifting. I guess it had to take a little work and collect up the data. That's all it was. A little bit slower, but that's all right. You know, in other words, once it collects the data, it looks like it's straightening itself out. Now, let's go back to that silver. And there's the silver. And you can see it's, let me just double check this too. I see. All right, so there's 15th. There's 18th. There's 19th. Let's do that again. There. There's the 18th. '19th and 20th. It's not reflecting it very well. So what's better is this GCF does it better. Look at that. It's making more sense out of it. And we're seeing that strength, and you can see the going on a third week now. That's interesting. This has been in a weekly buy for 2 full weeks. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me just double check this. I'm beta testing as we speak. Yeah, see there, it's only one. That's it. It's just 2 full weeks, just like on our platform, the old platform. There's the old platform right there. So, whereas over here, it's saying that, no, that's right. That's that. Let me just scroll up for a second and see. Yeah, there you go. So when I go like that, it's telling us that we've been in a weekly buy for 3 weeks. So, we'll have to figure that one out. You know, that's 2 different symbols for the same product. That's what we're trying to dodge from our old system, is to have to deal with that situation. All right, now from there, let's just make sure no one's on the chat line. No, nobody's saying anything. All right, now from there we go over to copper. And there's copper. Went into the sell yesterday. As you can see right there, we went into the sell. And at the same time, let's see what it looks like right here. HG, where are you? HG. There it is right there, HG. Let me just double check what HG is. HG is December. Good. All right, and you can see right there it's been in that cell. Now this is kind of curious. It's been in the cell for a bunch of weeks. And over here you can see it went into the weekly buy last week right there. And it's pretty much sideways. You can see the daily's in a sell and trying to lift back up into the buy, but we've been in a sell on this for 3 days now for this whole ride. This is why I'm pretty comfortable with our new platform. When it comes to being accurate overall, it has a little bit higher statistic than our old platform, which is really hard to believe, but it does. Just a little bit more accurate. It's just not as touchy-feely yet. We'll get there. We'll get it all running. We're going to take the best of both and get it going. And then last but not least, we'll go over to the platinum. PL. Maybe it's this one, 6LF. Let's see what that is. No, it's not that. Platinum. There it is, platinum. And there's the October platinum. And you see here it's in a weekly buy for 3 weeks. And over here we're on a buy for 2 weeks. And you can see that strength has been in it. And we can't truly say what the strength is in this thing. Because we see here, it's one moment we're getting data, and the next moment we're not getting data. I wonder what else symbol we might be able to use for that to get the better data. You know, platinum, it's October. Wonder what PLV V23. There it is. Let's see what that looks like. Let's try it. Let's put that in there for the interest of experimentation. Sometimes the symbol helps and sometimes it hurts. Let's see. Ticker. PLV23. Is it MYM? NYM. Save. All right, now let's give this a refresh and go take a look at there. As long as no one's asking questions, I might as well just do the back study. Right there. Right there. Oh, that's much better. Look at that. It's going to be interesting to figure out the symbol situation. And it's the third week in the buy. This is the platinum. I like that. Look at that. Nice and clean. Interesting. 4 days in the buy. 5 days in the buy. In this case here, it's been 3, 6, going on 7 days in the buy. But we're a week. What I like is this thing's a week ahead. So it went into the buy back on the 11th, back in here. I like that. So it went into the weekly buy here. And then the daily started to kick up. It looks pretty good. Definitely looks pretty good. I like that. All right. From there, where do we go from there? Let's go over to, and let's check the chat line again. Oh, there we go. George says something. Doc, this new platform, once set up and ready, will be live data ready for intraday trading and futures markets. We're not at that point yet, but it will be. Yes, George. We're going to get to that point. Is that correct? And thanks. Yeah, at this point, it is a what we here. Let me put the title of it up. Is it there or there? There it is. We call it an interactive charting quant trading system. So what it does is you can be able to go on the platform and you can play with it now. We're glad to have you play with it now and watch the development of it, and maybe you spot something. Look, we believe, at Chicago Quant, we believe that free minds and free voices work. So in other words, just when you think that we know it all, you may spot something we didn't see. So I'm very comfortable with having beta testers. And you watch it and you see something, you might spot something we didn't see, and then we can fix it even better, make it more accurate. And so talk to Robin. The phone number is right there. You can see it. Give him a call, or text him. Go to Chicago Quant Technologies, and email him. I think that's where it is right there. It's ChicagoQuantTechnologies.com. And so go there and become a beta tester, and we'll try to see how this all works out in the end. But yeah, it's going to be an intraday. It's going to be a daily system in the beginning, and then from the daily system, we're going to probably have 3-minute, 15-minute, half hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, things like that intraday. And now they're going to be on a 15-minute delay unless you tie into a live system. You pay for a live data feed. I think the live data feed is not that bad compared to the old ways. It used to be like $500, $600, $700 a month for us. Now I think it might be as low as like $100 and some odd dollars, $150 or something like that. I'm not even sure. It might even be less. And so a live data feed combined with looking at 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 charts, whatever you want to do, or one chart, it may cost enormously less. Say a live feed, we're still trying to figure that out too at the same time, but I think we can get a live feed for just a few $100s a month. And with that, it opens the doorway for reductions. In other words, if we have 10 people doing live feeds compared to delayed feeds, then it would be like $10 a month, for the service itself, when it comes to the live feed. And then you're paying for the charting package, our charting package. And we might be charging something like Rob and I talked about, maybe $75 a chart, and the second chart like, $125, and the third chart maybe, like $150 or something like that. And we'll figure it out price wise, and maybe all 5 will be like 185 or something like that. And so yeah, it's going to be something like that, and we're on the beginning stages of playing with it at the moment. Building it. So that's why we say, that's why we have it up on the front page here. It says that this is currently under beta testing. We're trying to figure it out, but I'm trying to compare it now every day to J4X and the old Chicago Quant platform. And then obviously you can see here's an intraday of the S&P 500. And it went into the buy right here. And you can see that was a nice little trade. Let's see who's dinging. Ding. Here we are, and see who that was. All right, so I hope that answered your question there. All right, where are we at? So we finished off with the metals. Let's drift over to the Canadian now and take a look at the Canadian, and we'll look at the energy sector. Right there. There's Canadian. It's going down, and energies have been going up. That's the way it normally works. But you can see overall it's been really wrong. It's been going way up as of the energy sector has been going up, which is odd. Now let's put that up on the screen here. And right there. And right... Come here, Mr. Mouse. Right there. And there is crude oil right there. This is the November contract, which is the front month now. You can see it's a second day in a sell. Weekly is holding on relatively well. Let's go take a look at it over here. There it is right there, same situation. That is the 19th. So, and what is that? That is... Yep, so that is the 20th right there. But the bars underneath are wrong. They have to be moved over one. And today has to go in there. So that is the 19th right there, which pushed it into the sell. And we're just assuming automatically it's in the sell still, since it's much lower. And you can see the weekly. The weekly is even stronger in many ways. You can see here it's still climbing. And maybe this might be yesterday more, where it says the 19th. And I shouldn't say 19th and 18th and 11th. I guess that's what that doesn't make any sense here. There's the 18th. And so this should be the 20th, and wonder if it's moving down. We got to get these things straightened out. That's part of our beta problem, George says, maybe if in the future you guys make a video on how to utilize the real-time quotes in trading. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it. I like live too at the same time, and then then we have a video of it. I think we've done stuff like that somewhere along the line, and we'll do it again. And we have no problem doing that. This way, you can go back and look at it and refer to it, and and use it instead of having to ask questions. Nope, I agree with you. That makes total sense. Maybe we'll work on that somewhere over the next week or so, even. All right, now. Let's see, where do we go from here? So from there is crude oil, and at the same time we'll put Brent up on J4X there. There's Brent. It's been moving down a little bit over the last day. Feeling some pressure there. The fast is at 64 and the slow is at 80. So there's some definite selling pressure going on in there today. And trying to join in with our work there. And now, again, it looks pretty good on our old platform and our new platform. Let me just show you there again. Like that. And then, let's do this. We can put Brent up on... I have to remember what the Brent is. Is it ZBF? I think it might be ZBF. I'll tell you in a second. No, that's the bond. That's the 30-year bond. Let's find Brent on here. No, no. I think it's BZF. I think that might be it. Yep, that's it. There's Brent. So Brent went into a sell yesterday, and you can see the pressure on it there. Now today they have it trying to lift up a little bit. You see a little green dot. It's kind of flat for the day. So we can't see where the bar is at the moment. I'm just assuming it probably still is down, because of the pressure on it. And it went into the sell yesterday. And then you can see the weekly having that same issue where it's just being bought, and bought again. All right. Now from there, let's see, where is it at? Oh. From there we go to natural gas. Let's take a look at the natural gas. NG, NG, NG. NG, NG. There it is. Natural gas. And you can see there pressure is on that product. The last two days it's been in a buy. And the last 2 weeks or I guess it just started going into a buy this week. That's what it's doing there. Let's put it up over here. And there's the you can see there it went into the weekly. It's trying to get into the weekly buy this week on the old platform, and it's still not getting there yet. And you can see the daily went into a daily buy yesterday, and it's here over here is kind of reflecting that we know it's 2 days in a daily buy, on Monday and Tuesday. No, Tuesday and Wednesday it's in the daily buy. That's what it is. So it's in a buy for 1 day. Over here it looks like it's in a buy for 2 days. We'll find out soon enough when we finally get that thing finished off. But right now that's the pressure that's on it. All right. Then from there we go over to Spain. That's what we do. We go over to Spain and we look at let's put it up on there and look at the oil company there, which was trading in the 27s. It's still climbing, still seeing some strength. So obviously the natural gas market in Europe is being lifted. And let's put it up over here, right there. That thing's been in a buy for a while. And there's the weekly buy going on. So natural gas climbing in Europe, and going after the July highs, I guess you could say. Is that July? Yeah, July highs. So the pressure is on it. You see, it's been weak since July, and then it started to go. It went into the weekly buy back in the beginning of September, and here we are. We're just climbing throughout this whole month now, and you can see the daily. There's the energy company itself on a daily basis. Let's see what it looks like on a weekly basis. Right there. Same thing. 3 solid weeks in a buy, going on a 4th. All right. So that pretty much does it for our energy and our metals and our currencies. If you have any desire to see something, let us know. I'm going to drift over to the stock indices. Remember, this is a Fed day. And let's see right there. Here's more of a long-term view right there of an intraday. It's been in the buy since right here, since the 96, 97 area, and now we're trading at the 05s with a high of 08. And so you can see our intraday is telling us that the pressure is on the upside. Same thing when we go into even a larger bar of it, twice the size of that. Same situation. We've been in the buy since the 96.5 area, and so they both have been very firm and consistent. Notice yesterday they made a bottom in there, went into the buy right there, and climbed nicely, and then just choppy all the way into Fed day, I guess you could say it, Fed speak, however you want to refer to it. It is the Fed is going to tell us at 1 o'clock, and then, or I guess 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So basically, that will be the situation going on. It'll be that type of, waiting for Mr. Powell to tell us about this, that, and the other thing, and make everybody feel like, okay, he's not messing with our heads. You're not messing with our heads? No. We're not messing with your heads. Okay, good. I like that. I don't want my head messed with. Let's see, right there. All right, traders. Anybody have anything? We got to come up with a title for this thing too. It's been an interesting day when it comes to looking at this, but then we know it's a Fed day, so it gets kind of sloppy and quiet. It really does. The Europeans will come in, and the globe will come in. To basically put their position on or protect their position that they had. And that's pretty much the name of the game there. Do your job. Do your job. We have a presidential candidate on there trying to tell us how they're going to do their job. Well, good for you. Do your job. And what else can we say about anything else? I guess that's about it. So, this is Doc from North America saying, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. All right, traders, catch you tomorrow on Thursday. Wow, the week is flying by. So, everybody have a safe and smart trading day, and don't get too crazy because the Fed is going to be speaking and driving us all crazy. There'll be little whipsaws here and there like it always is. So, ta-ta for now.